Got my bacon over here popping and frying. Gotta cut the rest of my darn cabbage up. About to wash this cabbage off that I've cut up already. Y'all know y'all don't have to cut cabbage up all tiny and small. I stopped doing that junk years ago. I just cut it up enough to fit it in the pot. That's about it. Threw the little pieces, the other pieces away. These little end pieces right here. So I don't know what else I'm about to cook. I got some steak in the sink too. I'm gonna do the rest of those deviled eggs. And I wish I had, oh, I think I do got yellow rice. Oh shoot. Make me some yellow rice and then I think I'm done. And y'all know the bacon is just for the fat, the flavor. I think I showed y'all. Y'all can't be scared of the grease now. It just popped me in my face a little bit. And I got the stove on 5. Yeah, this is just for the flavor. So it don't matter if it's burnt. Because it's going to be all wet anyway, mixing with the cabbage. I'm trying to think, do I have a video showing y'all this? This is how you start it off. In a big pot, just like this, whatever you're going to cook your cabbage in. You ain't got to fry it separate in a frying pan. Just throw your bacon or whatever meat you want to flavor it with in the pot. Just like this. Cut up your cabbage, wash off your cabbage, put the cabbage in the pot. You do not add water. Remember, cabbage makes its own water. You already got a little bit of grease in there, and the water from when you rinse off the cabbage is going to be in the cabbage still. So you just put it in there. You'll see. And I'm only doing this with one hand because I'm holding the camera. But of course, you're going to use both hands. Fill it up. Once it gets full, you're going to drain it. This is one of my favorite bowls because it got the little dip in it right there. So when I'm ready to drain my cabbage, it's easier. So of course I would be normally using two hands. And if you hear the washer, I'm up doing laundry too. And you're going to drain it. Yes, you're going to lose some little pieces of cabbage, but that's fine. Try to keep most of them in, of course, so you have something to eat left. And I do this a few times, just until I feel like it's clean enough. Maybe 3, 4, 5 times. I'm going to do the same thing to that bowl right there. Okay, y'all, see, I ain't lose too much cabbage on that batch. I got some floating around in there. So I've drained all of my water. It's probably a little bit more in there. See, not much. Washed it off 3 more times. Y'all heard me earlier trying to justify my bacon being burnt. Ooh, talking about it don't matter if it's burnt because it's gonna be in there mixed with the cabbage anyway and soggy. Yeah, some pieces burnt in there, some aren't all the way done, and then some of it just is fat. So I'm just gonna dump this in here. I'm not gonna dump it because I don't want the bacon grease to splatter, but I'm just gonna show you with one hand. Quiet on down now, quiet down. My baby just went back to sleep. Y'all saw that picture on Instagram I posted of her? Saw it through the camera up at 2-something a.m. Just sitting there. It was so cute, the little pose she had watching TV. So it's 4:47 a.m. right now. And I decided to do this since I rest during the day. Once you work that night for so many years, you just get accustomed to those hours. So I'm up normally all night. When everybody's waking up, I'm normally going to bed. And then only getting up when I have to. So this is the first head of cabbage. I typically buy 2 heads. I'm probably going to have to start buying 4. It looks like a lot, but y'all know this is going to shrink over halfway down in the pot. And whatever you want to season your cabbage with, you can do it before you put it in the pot, after. I always just sprinkle it after. The first head of cabbage I put in there, I'm going to go ahead and season that now before I even wash the other bowl. And Yeah, put it in there now. Before I put the other head in. I'm gonna have to stop the camera though. I can't even untwist the darn seasoning with one hand. Okay, I'm gonna put my little onion powder in here. Y'all know you can use whatever seasonings you want. This is just what I do. Remember when I say powder, you can't really be too heavy on powder. It's not salt per se, so there is a such thing as putting too much, but not really. Especially when it's gonna be water and everything that produces, so it's gonna like dilute it. Some black pepper, great value. And I've always told y'all I don't use too much great value stuff when it comes to condiments. I have to have Hellman's mayo. What is it? Heinz ketchup, Kraft mustard, any mustard really, but Hellman's mayo. I have not tried Duke's yet. I have to try that and see what the hype is all about. Complete seasoning. If I pick a seasoning salt, I typically just stick to one. I do a seasoning salt, a couple powders like onion powder, garlic powder, and then pepper. I don't put too many different seasonings in my food. Seasoning salt has salt in it, okay? It's gonna have a bunch of different salts in it. Okay, that looks like a lot, but I promise you it's not. Most of the time, my kids, my grandma, be asking me, where's the seasoning? I don't taste any seasoning. Of course, I purposely do that sometimes, try not to put too much salt in their food. So, this is empty now. See, there's the rest of the water right there. Pour that out. I'll go ahead and wash this one. And do the same thing. Repeat. Okay, my washing done stopped. I gotta put my clothes in the dryer and take them out the washer, put them in the dryer. So see, I got some more floating right there. So I ain't lose too much once again. See a little piece of bacon in the sink too, because I cut the bacon in half. That's how I do it. I only lost one little piece of bacon that I just saw in the sink. I definitely wasn't trying to lose that. Okay, here goes the second head of cabbage. It's like a half of a cabbage because I had another half in the big black bowl. That bowl was bigger, so I'm gonna dump that in there. Try to get every little leaf I can. I'll pick those out with my hand. The rest of them. And this is like the easiest meal to cook, especially if you ain't got no cash, you low on cash, or ain't got no money, no food stamps, or whatever you're working with. Go get you 2 heads of cabbage and go on and cook that. You don't need the bacon now. That's just for flavor. That's just how I've always cooked it, and I already had that bacon, just like the eggs in my y'all remember the Family Dollar clearance video when their freezer was going out and they put all the food for half price? I loaded up on eggs and bacon, so that's why I decided to make the rest before they go bad of the eggs out of devil eggs or angel eggs. So that was the onion powder, just like the first time I did it. Black pepper. I gotta turn the stove back up. I turned it down when the bacon was almost done. Okay, I just put it on 7. Everybody's stove is different, so you just gotta. However, once it go to bubbling and boiling, and the cabbage is not so tough anymore, then you just turn it down real low and keep stirring it and watching it. I don't know when it's done. Just do a taste test if you can't tell by looking at it. But I've cooked it so many times that I know just by looking when it's done. So you'll be able to stir it up once it starts cooking. Of course, if you try to stir it now, seasoning is going to be flying everywhere, all over your stove and your kitchen, and not lettuce, cabbage, and everything's going to be flying everywhere. So I hear it heating back up now, and I'm going to get on my deviled eggs while this is heating up. Why y'all ain't even say nothing? Y'all sitting there watching me, hearing me say that I'm about to get on my deviled eggs, and ain't even say, but Sade, you got a little bit more cabbage over there on the cutting board. Oh my gosh. What good are y'all? Just gonna sit here and watch and not help me? Jeez. Now I gotta cut this up a little bit more and wash this off. And unclog my sink so this can go down. Wash this a little bit out really quick. And by the way, I got these cutting boards during a glitch. I got them free. It was a whole set. I think I got 2 of them because I used 2 different emails. And I've had them ever since. It's been a couple years ago. It's a pretty nice glitch. It was like an online glitch or something like that. Yeah, I'm losing the cabbage. How I do it, just like that. Nothing too special. Just in case there's any dirt or bugs on it. That's what any vegetable or fruit or whatever you wash off that you get from the grocery store or the supermarket. Yeah, they spray little pesticide stuff on there. But we saw flies on, what was that, the apples? They probably fruit flies. But yeah, I think they were all over the like fruits and stuff. In the produce section. There was like big flies too. It's been a while since I've seen any bugs at the grocery store on the fruits and vegetables. But I wash all my food off. The meats, vegetables, whatever. Okay, I'm trying to get most of the water out because remember, cabbage makes its own water. So you do not need to add water to your cabbage. Okay. All the water is out. Let me get my spoon. Rinse it off real quick. I got a little cabbage in the sink right there. Not much. Not much, not much, not much. I'll get that out here in a minute. So it's just not steaming up. Let me throw this on top. I'll get those few little pieces in a second. They're real tender, so not enough for me to stir it yet. So once I can stir it, I may be adding some more seasoning. And if you got a little juice in whatever you're cooking, that's the best way to taste it. So if the food's not done, you can't taste the food yet, just get a spoon without holes in it, of course, and do like that. And just taste the water or the juice from whatever you're cooking to see if it's enough seasoning or if you need to add anything. Alright, I'm going to start stirring it a little bit. Kind of like dipping down in there, flipping it over. I don't see any bacon yet, so it's probably way at the bottom. Sorry, the steam is fogging up the camera. But I'm about to, if I can get some of the bacon from the bottom up to the top, I'm going to go ahead and, there goes some bacon right there. I'm going to put the lid on it. And the cabbage at the bottom is already softening. You can see the difference. So that's why you want to mix it up. Get the ones that, ooh, I almost dropped the phone in the pot. Get the ones that's not done or not cooking closer to the bottom. And this is all you're going to keep doing. Just coming back, stirring it. And what I wanted to say earlier, some people be like, you need to throw this part away, cut this off. I don't throw nothing away but that hard stem. And you can even throw that in the pot. Just know when you cook it and it's done and you eat it, it's just going to be a little crunchier than the rest of the cabbage. But I'm not wasting nothing. Not a leaf, nothing. Okay? Because I think my grandma, she throw away the dark green pieces because she's like, well, you don't really need those. They get done before the lighter cabbage does because the lighter parts are tougher. I'm like, I don't care. I'm getting it all. Okay? So y'all just have to do what you want to do. See, look, there go a little piece of the stem right there. I threw most of it away though. But you do what you want to do. You season with what you want to season. I have tons of seasoning, but I use almost the same on everything, like the complete seasoning that I just showed you. I got adobe, I got that Sazon tropical. I got so many different seasonings, y'all. It's ridiculous. What's this? Perfect Cajun seasoning. Some of it's not even open yet. I got a lot, but I'm like super simple and easy. I'm not doing nothing fancy. I'm not using no fancy pots, no fancy dishes. I'll throw a meal on a paper plate so quick just to show y'all. But if you got a man and you got some nice dishes, don't feed that man on no paper plate. Get that man the finest china cabinet you have, especially if he's working and taking care of the family, whatever he's doing. You serve the king first on a nice glass plate. You can feed them little bad rugrats on paper plates. They ain't gonna do nothing but break all your shit up. No, I'm just kidding, but yeah. I eat off a paper plate most of the time, and the kids do. But if you got a man that ain't deserving of anything besides a paper plate, I don't know why he in the house. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? But that ain't my business. I'm just talking. So yeah, I'm finna throw the lid on here and shut up and get to these deviled eggs. And y'all will see the finishing touch. Gotta take the spoon out though, but I only got one hand right now, so I'll do that in a minute. Alright. It's a little softer than I normally would like it. That's why you gotta keep an eye on your food. Don't get distracted and don't do too many things at once. Which I was, kinda, but not really. I just had it on 5 or 6 too long on the eye when I should have turned it on low a while ago. After it started boiling, that's what I told you guys to do. I already got my eggs right here. Some of them looking a little rough. 2 of them. But I'm gonna cut these. I'm gonna do that last because this don't take the longest. I'm gonna do my rice right now. Okay, so I got my little old school pot here. Y'all know I love this pot. It's stained, but I love it. Y'all know the ugly pots be the best pots. And then I'm gonna do 2 bags of this yellow rice right here. Now, I know I showed y'all a video on how to make rice before. My cousin say she followed the video and did exactly what I told her to do, and it still didn't come out right. Well, you didn't do something right, then, okay? After y'all boil it for 2 minutes and then put it on low and put the lid on it, if it's still crunchy, then leave the lid on there. I don't care if it takes another hour. You leave the lid on there and the steam will do the rest, okay? So I'm going to show y'all how to do this in a minute. Okay, so I can't find my 1 cup little cup thingy, so I got my 1/2 cup here. So with yellow rice, I was doing 2 cups for every pack of rice, but you're supposed to do 2.5, okay? But it'll just cook a little longer if you do it wrong. So since this is a 1/2 cup, I got to do 2 of these to equal 1 cup. Okay, that's 1 cup. 1/2. 2 cups. And 2.5. That's for 1 pack. I'm doing 2 packs though, so I'm gonna do this again. 1/2. 1 cup. 1/2. 2 cups. And 1/2. I'll go ahead and put my rice in here now. You can wait until it starts boiling, but you don't have to. Go ahead and dump your rice in there. That good old yellow rice. And if you're doing white rice, for every pack of rice, or no, because white rice don't typically come in a pack like this. So for every cup of rice you're gonna do 2 cups of water. It's always double, because you need the water to cover the rice. So you can't do 1 cup of rice and 1 cup of water. It's gonna be even. you need to do 1 cup of rice and 2 cups of water. And if you only got the half cup like this, then you know you got to do 4 of these to equal 2 cups. This is a half a cup. So 2 of these would be 1 whole cup. 4 of these would be 2 cups. But y'all know my yellow one that I always use. I don't know where it is right now, so that's why I had to use the half cup. So that's 1 pack right there for the yellow rice. And this is 2 packs. When I told you guys I would show you in a minute, I had to stop the camera so I can cut this open. Because again, I'm working with 1 hand. And everybody's sleeping right now, so I don't have any help. And it tells you the directions on the back, guys. See? And it says saucepan, but in layman's terms, that means whatever pan you want to use. With tight fitting lid, bring 2.5 cups of water to a boil. And 2.5 cups equals 20 ounces. So 2.5 cups for 1 pack. But I did 2 packs. So what is that? 5 cups. Right? Yeah. 2 and 2, 4 and a half and half is another cup. So 5 cups. Alright, so that's what I did. Now, and y'all know I put my butter in here. Yes, grapeseed oil is healthier. Oh, my yellow rice, I gotta put some butter in there. I got to. I might drop a little grapeseed oil in there too. Where is my grapeseed oil? Grapeseed oil is way better than like canola oil or vegetable oil and stuff like that. Let's see. Does it say it on here? I wanted to show y'all something. I don't see it. But it should say high heat on my grapeseed oil. It don't say it on this one, not on the front at least. Oil and, well, this one has a blend of canola oil and grapeseed oil. I didn't see that. And this is a different brand that I bought from an Indian store. Okay, well, anyway, this grapeseed oil is made for heat. And like canola and vegetable oil, correct me if I'm wrong, is not made for heat. So, yeah, grapeseed is the healthier way, okay? Let me get me some butter out the fridge. I'm gonna choose the country crop, not the ones I got from Family Dollar. And this feels so empty. I hope ain't nobody use. I hate when they do this. Look what they put back in the fridge, y'all. I mean, it's still butter in there, but it's like, just, okay, I'm gonna just put the rest of that. I'm gonna scrape it all out and put it in here, but I'll probably add some more. A little tiny spoon. That ain't enough for me, not for 2 bags. Okay, so I ain't have no more crunchy crock. Good old Imperial. Yes, this is almost half a stick. I'm gonna put that on in there. I'm gonna mix it up and get my grapeseed oil. My finger got butter on it, so it's a little slippery. The butter is flavor for me. Grapeseed, just a little flavor, but mostly so it won't stick. But y'all do what you want to do. You ain't got to put no butter in the rice. You ain't got to do anything. I'm just showing y'all how Sade does it. How I do my little cooking. White rice, yellow rice, you boil it for 2 minutes. You wait till it comes to a full boil. Then you start looking at the clock. You don't look at the clock now once you put it in. Once it starts thundering and boiling and lightning and tsunami and all that, then you look at the clock. Right now it's 5:44 a.m. Dang, I've been in here for almost an hour. 5:44. So if it was boiling right now, I would stop it at 5:46 and put it on low and then put the lid on it, and you're done. You're done. So you come in here and taste it and it's nice and soft and fluffy. That's all. So I'm about to cut my eggs now until they start boiling. Start cutting my eggs, because when this starts boiling, I'm gonna have to stop cutting my eggs, get over here and stir it, and put it on low. I still got 6 boxes of these that I got from Family Dollar, y'all. Oh my goodness. Don't talk about my empty freezer. I got one little pack of meat back there. I'm scraping the bottom because I got, you know, some of it sticking at the bottom here. So I always do that every time I stir. No, I don't need no fancy non-stick pans. I'm good with my pots and pans right here. I got new pots, actually, still in the box, and I gave some away. I prefer the old pots and pans. I just do. That's me. Everybody's different. Okay, it's been boiling for a couple minutes. Not full blown, but it's boiling. I think I'm gonna let it boil for a couple more minutes. Let's see how this cabbage looking. My cabbage looking a little browner than I like, but I turned it off. So, of course, it's gonna still kind of cook with the heat in there, but it'll be good. Let me actually taste the piece. It's not bad. Not too soft. I guess it just looks soft because it's browning. I thought it was like soggy soft. That's why I was like, damn. But it's not too bad. I got my deviled eggs cut up. That's what I was doing while I was waiting on that to boil. So this tastes good. My yellow rice over here boiling. I'm about to stir this again, put it on low, and put the lid on here. This video is already kind of long, so I'm probably not going to show you guys me cooking the steak. I wish I had some cornmeal, because I would have cooked some hot water cornbread. That would have went really good with the cabbage. I remember somebody said that under my other video, like they all I was missing was the cornbread. I would have cooked me some hot water cornbread with this, and I'm pretty sure I don't have any cornmeal. I'm gonna look, but I don't think I got any. Oh, that would have been perfect. Some homemade hot water cornbread. But y'all know I'll cook Jiffy in a minute. I like Jiffy cornbread. I've always liked sweet cornbread, but I also like homemade hot water cornbread. You know, the fried cornbread in the grease. Yeah. So, it's not boiling, but I'm going to put it on low because I'm going to be in here for a minute anyway. I got to wash my meat and do all that. And this is my little ugly lid. Remember I said somebody burnt this. They had the pot in the oven, and I guess somebody was cooking, or maybe one of the kids throwing some nuggets in the oven, and the oven was preheating, and my lid was in there. So my lid burnt up. So no, this ain't from your girl throwing down in the kitchen for many years. All right, I'm finna dump my yolk out and go ahead and mix that just like I did in my last video. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna do the Ziploc bag, like put the mixture in there. I know one of y'all suggested that. I did tell Alani beforehand, not on video. I was like, you know, we can get a Ziploc bag and put it in here just like when people make cakes, and squeeze it out over the deviled eggs like that. I mean, I suggest that if you're taking it to an event or making it for someone, if you want it to look real pretty. But rather, I'm not about to put it in a bag and squeeze it all over this. If it's a star shape or a moon shape, when I squeeze it out, it's still gonna taste the same. But I did get what they were saying. Maybe they were just letting me know that just in case I didn't know. But yeah, for you all as well, you can put it in any bag, or a sandwich bag, Ziploc bag, whatever. Cut a hole at the tip of it and squeeze your mixture out over your eggs like that. I may just do it just for the sake of this video, just to show you guys. Okay, all the yolk not coming out of that one, so I need both hands, so I'm gonna do that. Dump all the yolk in this egg and I'll be back. 3 hours later. Okay, I finally got the yolk out into my bowl. I'm gonna put a few different seasonings in it this time. Okay, of course, my onion powder. Just a little bit. My garlic powder. Just a little bit. Some black pepper. Sorry, y'all, that's my dryer. Let me stop it real quick. The clothes are like squeaking against the side. I just noticed it because I tuned it out and I'm like, I'm sure they hear that. Just like when you got wet sneakers or something like that in the dryer, it go to squeaking. Okay, I got my black pepper. Now I'm finna put this pink Himalayan salt. I think I did the regular sea salt yesterday or the day before, whenever. So I just opened this one. Some sea salt. Not too much. And then, I don't know how I'm going to do the mayo with one hand right here. Let me try to shake it out. Y'all know I like Hellman's. Like I said in the last video, it must have been a rebate on this Kraft, or I got it for free or something, because I don't get Kraft mayo. And it probably was like I bought a rebate and I probably had coupons for it at Publix or something. Hold on, y'all. I'm shaking it out. It's coming. Ooh, honey. Yeah, I could have paused the video. I edited this out. And I could have edited the dryer out. But I don't need all that fancy stuff. I don't need to do that. Okay, remember I told y'all to put a little bit at a time, because if you put too much mayo or mustard, I'm going to get the rest of that with a spoon. Hold on. There we go. But yeah, if you put too much, do you have some yolk that's already cooked? Any more eggs to add yolk in here to thicken it up? If it's too soupy and watery. If not, y'all will be having deviled egg soup. Okay. Now I'm adding my mustard. However much y'all want. Just know that the more you add, the more it will be a soupy or liquidy consistency. Okay? Some people will throw relish in here or onions. I don't do all that. I'm super simple. Put whatever seasonings you want in here. Your mayo, mustard, and go ahead and chop up your yolk. Okay? I'm going to finish this. And you already know the rest of the sentence. I'll be back. Ooh, honey, it's still so lumpy. See, these were in the fridge overnight. I boiled another dozen after I made the 1 dozen yesterday. And then I sat these in the fridge. So it was easier to peel them because they were cold. And I ran them underwater. So you see, most of these look better than the ones that yesterday. But it is harder to break up this yolk because it's not hot and so easy to crumble. And I'm not doing a blender and all that stuff. No, no, no. Old school. All this new technology just making us lazy. A lot of it is more convenient and it's awesome at times, but it is making a lot of us lazy. Like, I'm pretty sure the new generation would not be doing all this. They'll throw this mess in the blender quick and in a hurry. And I bought a blender and have not used it yet. Mainly bought it to make some baby food and figure out how to make this sea moss jelly. Because I got some sea moss and I have not made it yet. Does it go bad when it's in a pack? It's in a dry, cool spot. I don't know. I wanted to add a little bit more mayo. Whip it, whip it, whip it real good. Whip it, whip it. Whip it real good. Whip it, whip it, whip it real good. Oh, I'm tired. I don't want to whip it no more. So I'm going to go ahead and do it, y'all, for you. But normally I would just get a spoon, dump them right over in that egg. So I'm going to scoop this out, put it in the bag, and I'll be back. Make sure you let all the air out of the bag before you zip it, okay? Let all the air out so you can squeeze it easier. See, I didn't put all of it in there. I still got some left. working with one hand. So I'm about to cut the tip off and squeeze it on over here. All right, y'all see the tip right there, the little plastic that I gotta hurry and move before it accidentally get in here some kind of way. I cut it off. See it? So let's see. Squeeze it on in there. It almost looked the same from when I put the spoon in there. So it's just that simple. Or you can just get your spoon and dip it in there just like that, y'all. I'm telling you. Just make it easier for you. Don't try to be fancy and all that, especially if you're in a rush and you got children. Do what's best for you, okay? But I told you guys it's a better way to do these eggs. It's a better way to make them look better if you're doing them for an event. And make sure you taste your little mixture right there before you serve them to anybody else. So make sure it's not too salty. Make sure they're good. It's good. I'm almost out here. So the rest, I'm just gonna do with a spoon. And see, that one I just left because it was just like ugly. The egg was broken, so that's why it boiled like that, and all the egg whites boiled out into the pot. But y'all know, just like I did in the last video, since I didn't have any paprika, guess what I discovered, y'all? Oh, bae. Oh, bae, y'all. Sprinkle that little Old Bay over there. And y'all are good to go. All right, let me finish this. I'm all done. More deviled eggs. My cabbage. Brown a little bit. And then my yellow rice. Still looks crunchy. But remember I said, if it's still crunchy, you're going to taste it. See? Yeah, it's still a little hard. But don't fret. Just keep it on low and keep that pot on there. It's like, what time is it? 6 something? Can't see. Yeah, it's 6:18 in the morning. It's not time for nobody to eat dinner anyway. So, what you in a rush for? And if you're going to do the rice, the yellow rice, don't do it at dinner time, especially if it's your first time. Wait a while. And some people just add more water to make it cook faster or soften it up. You could do that too, but you really don't need to. The steam will cook it, okay? Just put your lid back on it, let it sit. Keep it on low. Y'all did not tell me how good these cotton candy grapes were. Man, I have not tried the purple one, so let me see. Oh my God. The purple ones aren't cotton candy, but these are. They don't taste too much different than the green ones. You can taste the cotton candy a little bit. I got these from Publix yesterday. So good. I'm going to end the video showing my trash. This was the bag that the cabbage came in. You know the little produce bags you get at the grocery store when you get your apples, bananas, potatoes, whatever. See, all my eggshells in there, everything, all the trash that I had. I just kept throwing it back in this bag. The rest of my butter, the little bag with my mixture in there, my yellow rice thing. Clean up as you go, guys. Then you won't have to do much when you're done. So I'm going to end the video here, I believe, yeah, because I'm not cooking the meat right now, so I'm not going to show you guys a plate with and I don't have the full course meal here. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you did, I know many people do not watch my personal videos, and that's fine. And they're quick to dislike. That's fine, because I still get paid for the dislikes. So that's why I always tell you guys, please subscribe if you haven't already. Please give the video a thumbs up if you like it. If you dislike it, hell, give it a thumbs down. Just give me some type of feedback to let me know how your girl is doing. Please tell a friend about Sade with the receipts. And please share if you dare, honey. And I will see you guys on the next video. And if you have any questions, please comment below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. And if you guys ever have any suggestions, please also comment below. See, the girl that suggested me to use the sandwich bag, I did it in this video. Even though they still weren't pretty, pretty, but I did it. So yeah, just you guys can always give me ideas and let me know what videos you guys want to see besides couponing and penny shopping, if any. If not, then we're gonna keep it moving and keep it rolling. Happy Saturday. I don't know if you guys are doing a 5 off 25, but happy Saturday. I have not been going out lately on Saturday doing a 5 off 25. I was busy. Well, my daughter went to a concert last Saturday, so I didn't go then. And I need my rest just in case these stores flip tonight and they penny the remodels. So I don't want to be out all day Saturday and then up all night Saturday night and too tired to go to the remodel. So good luck to all you that are going to the remodel. And yeah, I'm outie.